today we are doing something that I feel like I haven't done in such a long time, and this is going to be another three-way face-up with two of my friends here on YouTube. We're going to be using the Glaminatrix Sandra Rose palette. If you haven't already seen this palette is stunning. It's honestly, like, I don't even know why I'm talking about this right now, but this is probably going to end up in my top 5 palettes of the year. This is what it looks like. The color story, absolutely beautiful. Spoiler alert, I'm totally biased because I helped make this color story, so take that for what you want, but I really like this palette. I think it's absolutely beautiful. The people that I will be collabing with today that are also going to be using the same shades from this palette that I am is going to be two Australian friends, and the first one is going to be Cher Jonathan. I want to say I found her through Prue, which is one of my other Australian friends. I will link Prue down in the description box as well if you want to go check her out, but I really like Cher. I like her content. She does a lot of first impression videos like I do when she gets new palettes. She likes to review things. She also does like some really cool like face makeup and stuff, like, is it called FX makeup? Like special effects makeup? I don't know how to do any of that stuff, but she's really good at it and she does some of those kind of videos. It's not really something that I like to watch on a regular basis, but I do think that they are kind of cool from time to time. So I would absolutely go check out her channel. And the other person that is also in this collab is someone that I just recently found because of this palette. I want to say that she commented on my video where I used this, saying that she got this palette as well and that she did some looks with it. And I went over to her channel and checked it out, and I commented on her video because I thought her looks were really nice. And she suggested that we do some kind of a video using this palette together. So that's kind of how this three-way ended up happening, and I'm just really excited because we have drawn 6 random shades that we are all going to use to create a look with, and the color story that we ended up getting was actually amazing. And I feel like every time I've been doing a palette bingo or some kind of a face-off lately, it's just gone to hell. Like, the colors that we've ended up chosen or having picked for us have just been terrible. So I'm really excited to be able to work with a good color story today. So let me show you the shadows that we are all going to be using. I am so excited about this. I'm just really excited about using this palette again. I feel like I will never get sick of using this palette. It's just so good. So the first 3 shadows that we have here is going to be Petal. We also have Nectar and Sandra. So we have a pink, a purple, and a blue. So I mean, already I feel like we're off to such a good start, and this palette just swatches like a freaking dream. Like, I don't know how this is even possible. So these are the first 3 shades, and then we also have, let's see, okay, so the last 3 in this palette. So we have Seed, Posy, and Flourish, which are these 3 right here. So we have a dark brown, a light blue, and a light blue shimmer, which is kind of like a silvery blue shimmer. But I mean, I think that we're gonna be able to get some really cool looks out of this, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do because we don't really have, like, I have a hair, I'm sorry. We don't really have like similar makeup styles. I feel like we all have our own thing that we like to do. Like, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Cher is going to do some kind of a half cut crease because she loves to do that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna have a think about this. I'm gonna just prime my eyes in the meanwhile. I'm going to use my Smashbox lid primer in light like I've been doing lately. And I don't even know if I mentioned who the other person that was in this collab was. If not, I'm so sorry, but her name is Tammy. Her channel name is Amazon Tammy, and I will of course link her down in the description box as well, so you can go check out both of these latest videos when I'm done with this. And I am so excited because face-offs are some of my favorite collabs to do. And if you don't know like anything about a face-off, this was started by another one of my YouTube friends. Her name is Danielle Schmidt. She took a break from YouTube for a while, but she is finally back now, and that makes me so happy because I really missed her. She was going through a divorce, and I'm so happy that you are doing better because you deserve every good thing that could happen to you because you are amazing, and I've enjoyed watching you for such a long time. If you guys haven't already subscribed to Danielle's channel as well, I will also link her down in the description box. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend out this primer, and then we're gonna get started. Let me know if you picked up this palette or if you want to pick up this palette. I do have a code with Glaminatrix, not affiliated. It's down in my description box if you want to go check out either her site or whatever, but I would highly recommend her products. And it's just nice to be supporting a small indie brand, especially as someone in Australia. Like, I don't know a lot of Australian brands in general, so I think it's just really cool to be able to try out brands from all over the world. Like, isn't that amazing? Alright, so actually I have a plan, and I didn't think I would, but it just kind of came to me. So I'm not going to spoil what I'm going to do, but I'm going to start off by taking the pink shade here, and I'm going to, actually, you know what, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to start off with the purple because I just like putting purples down as my first shade if I'm going to use a purple. So I'm going to go into Nectar, and I'm going to basically put that into my crease, and then I think I'm going to use the pink shade to blend this out with. So I'm going to first stamp this into my crease. I'm also going to keep the shape of this very, very round because I am going to do a cut crease when I'm done putting down my mats in my crease here. And I haven't done a cut crease like what I'm about to do in such a long time, I feel like. And I'm really excited about it because I quite like doing the style of a cut crease. You're probably sitting there like, what are you talking about? But I'll show you when I get to that point. I'm not going to pull any of these shadows down to my lower lash line because I think I'm going to use the blue there. I feel like this look has already come together like in my mind, and I hope that is going to turn out to be the same on the eye as what I am envisioning. And I feel like that took about a minute to put down the shadow. This is so nice and opaque and pigmented. And I am going to start just blending this out a little bit because I know that the pink shade that I'm about to put down is very light, so it's not going to be super easy to help blend out a purple with a very, very light pink. And I do want my crease to be as dark as I can while still, you know, making room for that pink shade, so I think that looks really nice. I will link the videos that I've done with this palette up in the corner if you are interested, or if you maybe haven't even heard of this brand or this palette. Maybe you want to check it out and see what you think for yourself. Like maybe you just came to my channel from watching my Natasha Nona videos or something like that, and you don't really know that I mostly focus on indie brands because that is my passion and what I really enjoy, and it's basically what I was comparing, you know, all of my other reviews to lately, because I just feel like indie brands are just better at making eyeshadows that are the way that I like my eyeshadows to be. And that's not to say that, you know, I'm correct, but I have my own preferences just like everyone else, and I feel like my preferences are definitely leaning more towards the kind of formulas that you find from indie brands. And I also do think it's important for me to mention from time to time that the way that I review palettes are obviously going to be dependent on my own preferences. I hope that makes sense. Like obviously there are going to be a lot of people who don't like shadows that are as pigmented and as in your face as I do, but I need to review them as if it's something that I'm going to use, but I'll still let you know like how the shadows perform so that you can make up your opinion on whether or not, you know, palettes are for you or not, because like I said, we all have different preferences. And that's totally okay, and I feel like we need to respect each other for that, because not everyone has the same lifestyle, not everyone likes the same things, and that's just how it goes, you know? So I'm next going to go into Petal, which is this light pink shade, and I'm going to just run that through my transition to bring in a little bit of pink here. I don't need this shadow to be super prominent, but I still want to use it because, you know, I have to because of the collab. So I'm just going to go ahead and run this through my crease right here and just use a little bit of this pink to diffuse the purple with. I'm also just going to go back in with a little bit more of that purple just to make sure that everything's looking nice and blended. And I'm honestly thinking I don't even really need to do a cut crease like I said I was going to do, because I know that these shimmers are so intense that I might not even have to do that, but I kind of want to do it just to get a reference point to where I'm putting the shadows down, because it's going to be a little bit easier for me to be precise that way. Sorry, I'm looking for my P. Louise base and I don't know where it is. Okay, so I found it. I'm going to use this and I'm going to do a cut crease. I'm not going to do a half cut crease or a full cut crease. I'm going to do like a half circle on my lid here, and I think I have a little bit of fallout. Fallout be gone. So I'm going to go ahead and do that cut crease, and I will just kind of fast forward and show you me doing it. So I think that looks about as even as I'm going to get it here. I'm gonna go ahead and just tap out any kind of creases and just remove the excess product. I don't need this to be particularly tacky or anything. I just needed it to kind of help me guide where to put down the shadows. So I'm gonna find a new brush, and then I'm gonna go into Sandra, which is the darkest of the blues here, and I'm gonna put that on the inner and the outer part of my lid, and I'm going to kind of create a bit of a halo, and then I'm gonna put Flourish in the middle. I'm gonna go ahead and spray these shadows just so I don't get a lot of fallout. And like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and place this on the outer part of my lid here. Just gonna leave a little bit of room right in the middle of my lid, but the rest of this is going to be the shadow. And I'm just going to wipe off my brush here and just go into Flourish with the same one. And I'm of course going to spray that as well. I'm going to try to not bring the shadow in or out too much and keep it mainly focused in the middle of my lid. But knowing myself, it might get a little bit out of hand and I might have to go back in with that first blue. But I'm going to try to just keep this to like a stripe right in the middle here. And just kind of fade it into the other blue. So I'm pretty sure this is where I'm going to leave it with the lid shades. I really like how these kind of halo eyes look on me because with my hooded eyes you can't really see it at all when my eyes are open, but then you have like a little peekaboo when I close my eyes, and I think that's kind of cute. So I'm next going to go into the last shade that we have left here, which is Posy. That's the light blue matte, and I'm basically just going to smoke that out underneath my eye. I think I am going to use a little bit of eyeshadow primer on my lower lash line here just because my eyes are kind of watering today and I do want this to stay put as much as it's able to at least. And I'm then going to go into the blue shadow and just start by stamping this on, and then once I've gotten the pigmentation that I want, I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush and just blend this and make sure it's looking nice and smoky. Oh, and I completely forgot I was using that brown shade. Oh crap. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to smoke this out a lot and then I'm going to go in with the brown and just put that closest to my lower lash line and use that to kind of deepen up this blue bit. I think that's what I'm going to do. I completely forgot I was using that brown. It's okay though. I think it's going to work out in the end. I just probably would have done things a little bit differently if I had remembered. I'm so used to only using 5 shades when I do a face-off or a palette bingo that I got a little bit thrown off, and I probably deep down knew that I didn't want to use it, so my brain is like,
just ignore it. Just pretend like it's not even in this collab, because who wants to use a brown?
You know? So I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this out a little bit now with another brush here. And I'm next gonna go into Seed, which is the dark brown, on a very, very small flat brush here. And I'm basically just going to put that closest to my lower lash line here, just add a little bit of depth. And I'll probably use some kind of a dark eyeliner today as well, since I do have the brown down. Just gonna take that brush again that I used with the blue and just blend this into the blue. And I think I'm also gonna take a little bit of that Flourish shade and just pop that in my inner corner. Not going to spray it or anything, but I do need just a little bit of extra oomph in my inner corner. So I'm just going to be very light-handed with this and just tap a little bit of this shadow right in here. And I'm going to go ahead and finish up. I think I'm just going to use black in my waterline because I did put that on that brown shadow. I feel like if I do something that's lighter than the brown, it's just going to look a bit weird. So I'm going to do that, put on some black liner mascara, put on some kind of a lipstick. Do I have any more fallout here? I feel like I have a little bit. And then I'll come back and I will show you the final look. So here's the look all complete. I'm really happy about this. I think this turned out really cool. I can't wait to see what my friends did with these colors. I feel like all our looks are going to end up so different, and I can't wait to see what they did. If you guys haven't already checked out their channels, please go ahead and do so. I will link them both down in the description box as well as their videos. So go ahead and see what they did if you are curious how you could use these shades in a different way. For my lips, I used my lip liner from ColourPop in the shade Lumiere, and I topped that with my Fenty Gloss Bomb in Fuzzy. I love these glosses so much. I feel like I reach for them all the time. So that's gonna be it for today's face-off. Let me know if you want to see more face-offs. Let me know if you have any particular palettes that you would like me to do a face-off with someone with. So that's gonna be it for today's video. If you want to see some other face-offs that I've done, I will pop a few up on the screen because I've done a lot of these and I really love them. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.